John.
Name 3 Beatles songs.
That's not what I was going to say.
Hello and welcome to the New York Times Popcast, your Twizzy Swift of weekly cultural chat. I am John Caramonica. I'm the critic.
I am Joe Coscarelli, and I am the reporter.
Joe, it's mailbag time. We get a lot of DMs, a lot of comments, a lot of emails, I'm sure in the Discord. Where are your takes? Where are your takes? It's so exciting. We'd love to see you talk to Drewski. We'd love to see you talk to Ethel Kane, Rosalia. Where are your takes?
We miss the hot takes. We miss hating you, John. We miss it.
I have a lot of takes today, and they are prompted by your questions. We put out a call for questions. We had a form. Shout out to Kate. We never had a form before.
Producer Kate got us so many questions from a demographic who does not usually contribute to the mailbag, and that's the 65 plus demographic.
And we look forward to welcoming you on youtube.com, where I hope if you are watching this right now, you are liking and subscribing. I want to add one thing before we get into the questions, which is I have a lot of stickers. Popcast friends and family stickers. Here's what I'll say. Send us a screen grab at popcast@nytimes.com of your subscribing, that you've subscribed to the Popcast YouTube channel. That seems fair.
YouTube.com/Popcast.
Yeah, that's like a fair trade.
Yep.
I will mail you a sticker.
No
in the
shipping
mail.
cost?
No shipping cost. We're just going to put it in the mail.
Great.
We're going to deliver. I might, if it's nearby, maybe I'll walk it over.
Wow.
Yeah, could happen.
Okay.
So drop us an email, popcast@nytimes.com. I'll send you a sticker. Send us your address with a screen grab of having subscribed to the channel. What do you want to talk about today?
We got a lot of very exciting, very frisky questions, some of which are in our wheelhouse, some of which are slightly outside of our ever-expanding wheelhouse. But we're taking on questions about Harry Styles, Yeat and Taylor Swift together. Wait till we get to that one. The Beatles, new metal, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and so on. So stick with us, because I think you're going to find something in this episode that speaks to you, and you're going to find something in this episode that you didn't know spoke to you.
I thought you were saying that speaks to your grandparents.
Yeah, that too, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
AI and music.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to start.
Okay, go for it.
James Eddie Exon from Los Angeles, California wants to know, if you found out that your favorite song contained AI-generated content, would you like it less?
No. I don't think so, no.
Tell me more.
Okay. I think in a year, 2 years, 3 years, the overall position on AI in popular music, that window is going to shift a little bit. Right now, we're in this period of sustained psychological anxiety about what is AI going to do.
I wonder why.
To the economics of the music business, to the economics of being a songwriter or a producer, or at some point, an artist itself. Last year, you remember on Song of the Week, we had that Solomon Ray episode.
Thus far, most of the uses of AI in music have been creatively a little bit meh.
And it sort of seemed that a lot of AI was designed to trigger this very specific strain of emotional manipulation, sort of almost to distract from the fact that it's AI. At a certain point, though, I think people are going to understand that AI is being used as a tool in quieter and more subtler ways, which it probably, frankly, already is, and it's just not being advertised. Now, that said, let's talk about an album that came out recently. Let's talk about Bully, which came out not that long ago. The AI demos of Bully they're bad. They sound bad.
They sound fake.
Yeah.
They sound counterfeit.
Right, and not in a kind of like, damn, what a novel use of the art form, in a frustrating way. Is Bully itself an AI-free album? Like, who could say? Also, does an album informed by AI demos that doesn't end up using them, does that count as an AI-influenced album? All of that said, I think the way that AI was deployed in Bully, which seems like heretical right now, I don't think it's going to seem heretical 6 months from now, 12 months from now, certainly not 5 years from now. And I think for all these people who are saying, oh, I need some kind of like explicit AI content warning, I regret to tell you that unless you're listening to the new Sturgill Simpson album or something, or Zach Bryan, it's going to be 80% of what you're hearing on mainstream radio.
You're going 80%.
Over the next 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned Kanye West's Bully. I will go back 1 year prior. Music by Playboi Carti allegedly features some songs that he did not perform. Maybe even the biggest hit from that album, Rather Lie with The Weeknd, which has some very nice Playboi Carti vocals that we didn't know if he was capable of, and maybe he wasn't.
It wasn't you, it's me. It ain't me, it's you. I know it's hard to see that I would have lied and lose.
People will neither confirm nor deny that song was made with AI, but
if
it became a
those
radio
discords, you should let us know.
Yeah,
You get
look.
2 stickers.
I think my answer is just it depends. I think if I found out in retrospect that my favorite song was lyrically or even melodically composed using AI generated ideas, I think it would be difficult for me to listen to it the same way, because I do believe I don't mind technology in recording. I mind technology in thinking. I need it to come from a human at some level.
That is how AI functions. It's based on human generated data sets. I don't want to.
That's not the same thing.
I know,
Come on.
and I don't want to
mean,
have like the large ethical debate about whether AI is inherently ethical or not. Like we can punt that for now. But I do think people are using AI in small ways that feel imperceptible right now.
And that's why I said it depends, because if an instrumental element or a vocal element in the recording process, like what is AI? Is auto-tune AI? Is sampling AI? Is any sort of pitch correction like that? Those sorts of things, these patches, I'm okay with technology being used to record the music that I love. I don't know if I'm okay with technology being used to come up with the music.
Surprisingly raucous position from you.
Well, this might be a very raucous episode of Popcast.
The only thing I would add to that is AI as a tool of music improvement. I think it's going to be banal a few years from now. And I just don't expect that that's going to be a thing in the car, in the club, anywhere else that's going to make me go, next.
We'll see. All right. Our next question is from Savannah Norre in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I think it might be among the most Popcast Venn diagram center questions that we've ever received. I'm a Taylor Swift fan, she writes. What Yeat song is the right entry point for someone like me into his music? My husband is obsessed with Yeat, and he recently became a Swiftie because of me, so I'd like to exchange the favor. We got a lot of questions about Yeat.
Did Zach Bia send the interns to...
Did we get botted?
Did we get botted?
Did our
with Yeat
question
questions?
form get botted? AstroTurfing for Yeat.
Love you, though.
Much like Geese.
Yeah,
on
seriously.
Twitter.
Love y'all, too.
We'll get back to Geese.
Yeah, sure. We did get a lot of questions. I mean, the record came out not that long ago.
Yeah,
the most
Yeat's
recent album.
ADL, his big double album. I want to talk about that. This is Yeat's 6th studio album. Features everyone from Kylie Jenner and Grimes to
Elton John
and NBA Youngboy.
Yeah, sure.
This was like a big swing album. It's like, all right, like, oh, you guys miss rap superstars? Like, introducing Yeat. And then I just don't know if I just don't know if Yeat is the savior we were promised. I think he's too derivative of a rapper. Sounds too much like Young Thug. It sounds too much like Future. There's too much dress up. There's too much false mystique. All of which is to say, it's probably just one of the Drake ones.
No, I had to impose rules.
All right, what's the correct answer? What is the Yeat gateway drug for a Taylor Swift fan?
Can I map out the rules first? The rules are nothing from the new album because it's a bit of a cheat.
Because there's too many guests.
It's too many guests, and I don't think it's the spirit of the question.
It's the spirit of Yeat.
Yeah, the spirit of the question is like if her husband.
Yeat.
This is what I'm saying. Her husband's a real. First of all, shouts to you for marrying a Yeat fan. It's a challenging task. Not everybody's up for it. So I do appreciate that you were able to put yourself out there and say, "I can love you." Because, in spite of this particular part of your
Yeat
personality.
fans deserve love, too.
That's 100% true. I also want to say that a couple that is a Taylor Swift Yeat couple is, as you said, extremely Popcast coded. If you want to renew your vows, It seems very obvious we should be there. It seems very obvious we should officiate at that that event. And DJ. No, I don't DJ.
I'll DJ. You
can
with
DJ.
Me.
Yeah. I'll stand behind. I'm a DJ since college. I think this is a couple that wants to understand each other, much like you and I want to understand each other.
Okay.
And I know that as your understanding of me grows, you also know that I would never pick a Drake collaboration to answer this question because it's too easy. It's too easy. You know what? We got to go back to the umlaut era. We're going back to the umlaut era.
For someone whose songs all sound the same.
That's not true.
I don't hate Yeat. I'm just like, what are we doing here?
I spent some time listening to the first couple of Yeat albums specifically to answer this question. I haven't listened to them in a couple of years.
Okay.
The answer to this question is Swerved It on 4L. I know your husband right now is like, yes, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, so here's the thing. If I played this song for Taylor in the Reputation sessions, she would have been like, we could work with this guy.
Right.
She'd have found the middle ground.
Okay.
So I want you to put Reputation on, play it top to bottom. Don't play the last song because we know that that's a swerve. Then I want you to immediately put Swerved It on. Open your heart. Tell your husband how much you love him and how much you appreciate his aesthetic.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sydney, Australia. We got a question from Sydney, Australia.
Popcast live in Australia. And we haven't been getting nearly enough come to Brazil comments, which we would be very open to. Yeah. Do you think we should go to Australia?
Probably. Everyone should go to Australia. As far as I can tell, they love music more than anyone on earth.
It's bizarre.
Yes.
It's bizarre. Sophie and I were talking about this the other day.
This is a question from Ule in Paso, who wants to know, there was a surge in female-led rap in 2020. I'm looking at Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
What happened and what would it take to get it back?
Okay, this is interesting because to me, Meg Thee Stallion is both the progenitor of the thing that's being talked about in the question, but also a bit of an outlier. This is a person who had viral success in the immediate post-COVID era, a couple of big dance-focused hits that really set her on a path towards the
Moulin
A-list.
Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. Well, yes, Cardi B, WAP, Moulin Rouge, that's the FDA's food triangle, right? That's how that goes.
Yeah. I was going to go pyramid of needs, but okay.
It's Maslow. Yeah, it's real Maslow. And so what happened after that is people seem to understand that, especially as a female rapper where it can be challenging to get signed sometimes, you're often getting signed under a male rapper's sub-label or imprint. Female rappers were, I think, the most intense beneficiaries of the speed of social media to gain an audience really quick. And what you saw in that 2021-2022 period were a whole host of women getting tremendous amount of attention really quickly. Like you have Cardi, you have Sexy Red, who is the big star of the last 3 or 4 years.
Although that didn't...
No, it's still...
It's like, it didn't continue like we might have hoped it would have.
It's in limbo.
Glorilla.
Well, to me, Glorilla is actually the answer to this question, where if I were to look at someone and say, I think that they are someone who's going to be around 5-10 years from now, it's Glorilla in the sort of viral breakout world, and then it's Doechii obviously in something slightly different than the viral breakout world, although she's had viral hits. But I wouldn't say that it's gone away altogether. It's like you have on the radar freestyles from Georgiana and
my girl.
Yeah, Samara Sin and Corteza Star, there's on the radar. Yeah. Like there's a lot of action. Also, one of last year's great rap songs, Wim Whammy, great records coming out of the South. I don't know. I'm not as worried, but if the question is how come things didn't absolutely blow up, it's because I think actually I want to hold my thought because it's actually related to a later question.
Yeah, so I just want to jump in and say I think this goes to the Yeat question actually, which is I think what Ule is asking is why haven't any of them gotten as big as Meg
Cardi
did?
Or Meg, yeah.
And Cardi had a #1 album, Am I the Drama? She's on this big tour, but it's been quieter for Cardi, right? Than it was in in the first album era
Yes.
or
Good
in
tour,
the
though.
in-between era.
Did go to the tour.
You had a nice time.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Committed.
I can't imagine not having a good time
Yeah.
at the Cardi B show. But same thing with Yeat. There's just not that many superstars right now, especially in rap. But as with so much of rap right now, if you want to dig 1 or 2 or 3 layers deeper, like the niches are
Plenty going on.
niching, you know, like you can listen to any kind of female rap that you could possibly imagine. And it's probably way better than you even think it would be in any style, right?
Yeah.
If you want Atlanta street rap, you know, there's like the Anicias of the world, Monaleo from Texas doing cool stuff. You know, Caribou, you mentioned being signed to a male rapper, which could be a liability at some point. But I think she'll come back around again. Like, I think a lot of the post-Meg sort of Doechii era class of female rappers are still cooking, right? And Lotto's out here.
Lotto,
like,
you know, Saweetie.
yeah,
Yep.
like they're like that Meg's
generation.
class,
Yep.
I would say. I think there are plenty. I just don't think they are becoming Meg Thee Stallion, because I don't know that any rapper is becoming Meg Thee Stallion right now, male or female.
So it's a stardom problem, but I do also think there's an added layer. And like I said, it's not simply a stardom problem. It's also a systems of growth problem.
This related question from Rashad Prakash, and sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, from Avon, Indiana, asks, is the era of big rappers and pop stars collaborating effectively over?
So I was talking about systems of growth and delivery. And it's not hard to remember a time where Cardi B was collaborating with Maroon 5.
I need a girl like you, yeah.
Not too long ago, I was dancing for dollars. No, it's really real if I let you be my mama. You don't want a girl like me, I'm too crazy. Where every other girl you meet is too gay.
On #1 Billboard hits that I never heard anywhere.
Kendrick Lamar, too.
Yeah.
Maybe he is right now, but your body still I don't want to know.
Maroon 5 was really about the rap verse. for
Real,
a minute there.
real gateway drug, Maroon 5.
Bet you miss my love all in your bed.
Man, fuck that shit.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
So that era was designed for 2 things. One, how do we bolster credibility of our pop acts and expand their audiences beyond centrist pop audiences? And number 2, how do I upstream rappers and sort of put them in a pop context? This is something that's done in a highly radio-friendly environment. It's also something that's done in the streaming maximalism era, where everything is a possible click to something else. And let's get 2 unlikely people together. That thing seems to have gone away. So that system of kind of like wanton collaboration, I think, was particularly effective for female rappers who found a lot of natural simpatico space in the pop world. And I feel like that's happening less and less and less. And I don't know if that's diminished budgets. I don't know if that's a sense that you know, hip hop is out of vogue and maybe, you know, country is more in vogue, or maybe dance music is more in vogue. But I think a lot of those pathways that we sort of said, okay, for a Megan Thee Stallion, it starts with a mixtape, and then it's a street record, and then it's a TikTok hit, and then it's a big dance, and then it's a pop hit, and then it's a crossover collaboration. Something happened where that last step, or even the last 2 steps, seemed to have faded away.
I mean, obviously the sort of moment of this is the combination of Mary J. Blige and Method Man.
Of course.
And Mariah Carey and ODB on the Fantasy remix.
Me and Mariah go back like babies with pacifiers.
The last really effective one I can remember is Jack Harlow on Lil Nas X Industry Baby.
I make vets feel like they juniors.
That was a thing that was like extremely symbiotic for both of them.
2 rappers, though. Not a...
I don't think Lil Nas X is a rapper. I know sometimes you think Lil Nas X is a rapper, but he was not rapping on that song, really. He's a pop star. He was a pop star. He was an aspiring pop star.
A sketch comedian.
and a sketch comedian. But Harlow coming in with like a real feature rap verse that helps continue his ascent. We'll get back to Jack Harlow.
Yes.
But also record of the year at the Grammys this year was Luther with Kendrick and SZA.
Sure.
That's a little different, but it's not totally different. It serves the same purpose, I think, like on the radio. It's more of like a melodic turn from Kendrick, and SZA is rap fluent, is a rap fluent R&B singer. It's not exactly...
They're like sibling. It's like a sibling record.
It's not like a synergistic thing from two genres that is greater than the sum of its parts. But I do want to shout out Camila Cabello. I love it.
I was just going to say.
With Playboy Cardi.
I was just going to say, I thought that's what you were going to... I thought that was going to be your example.
Well, that's a Popcast classic.
Yes.
You know, in the Popcast Hall of Fame. Although producer Kate has a soft spot for Baby Pink, the deluxe track from Camila's album with
Second person.
Triplin.
Eam Triplin, great rapper.
Let's listen to a little bit of that.
I like Eam Triplin.
Why not?
Daydreaming about you. Do you ever think about me? When you hear them play my songs, do you sing along and tell them it's about me? All the fake shit I see. I thought you was down for the G. Would've died for you like King. Save my tears for the Visine.
So I don't think this is dead, but I think it's endangered, maybe, this idea. But it'll come back. That's how I feel.
But what's going to be the trigger for it to come back? Because I feel like what's happening is people collaborated with pop stars in this big way because they thought that was the natural goal or endpoint or top. That's the top of the mountain. And I think right now, to be a successful rapper, maybe there are rap superstars, maybe they're not, but almost all of the success is happening within the space. And so maybe people who are getting famous now don't look at collaborations like that and think, that's the final boss. They don't have to.
I think top 40 radio play is a forever check in a way that nothing else is. And I think that the commercial pendulum will swing back towards rap sooner rather than later. All right, our next question, I'm going to go ahead and guess, is from the older demographic. But I like it.
Who we welcome.
Yes.
Who we welcome.
Yes.
Like I think we should be clear. We're here for you too, even if the music that we cover, I hope you consider it an invitation.
Especially if you're here on YouTube.
If you want a party, come over to my house.
This question is from Enoch Hendry in Savannah, Georgia.
Great town.
And the question is, has any other band showed the musical evolution that the Beatles displayed in the short arc of their career? Roughly 10 years. I would go ahead and say closer to 8 even, in going from Please Please Me to A Day in the Life. John.
Name 3 Beatles songs.
That's not what I was going to say. But sure. All right. I want to do 2 things. I want to say...
What are bands?
Yes. The answer to this question depends on how literally you take... his use of the word bands, because if you're not talking bands, then you got Stevie Wonder from Talking Book to Songs in the Key of Life, starting in 72, an even shorter run. You got Beyonce going from Dangerously in Love in 03 to the self-titled in 2013. I would say that's quite a big sonic songwriting leap. For Taylor, that takes you from Tim McGraw to Shake It Off. That's like 8 years. In between, you have Red and Fearless and everything else that happened. So individuals, there's plenty, I would say.
Kanye from Dropout through, I guess, would that be Yeezus? Or would it be more from Graduation through Yeezus or whatever?
Choose 8 to 10 years in the Kanye
and also,
arc.
my Beyonce years would actually be later Beyonce years than yours.
Sure. If you went from the self-titled to Cowboy Carter, that's... a Beatles-esque run in terms of musical adventurousness and evolution.
So the answer is yes, if you accept that a band includes everybody who performs on a record.
If you want to talk bands, I never thought I would do this. I really never thought I would do this. But, like, let's be real. Like, Radiohead made Pablo Honey, and then they made Kid A and Amnesiac as, like, the Revolver Sgt. Pepper moment, and that's, like, an 8 to 10 year span. That's kind of like objectively undeniable. I told you this was going to be a raucous episode. And look, I'm just going to say it. I don't want to get too deep into it. We could do a whole episode on it at some point. I have a personal answer, which is if you take that same time span
Blink-182.
Brand New. Brand New went from Your Favorite Weapon to Daisy.
I don't know if it's quite as far.
2001 to 2009. I mean,
I don't know if it's quite as far
albums. This is within a smaller scene.
Yep.
But I would just say no emo band took that leap in that amount of time sonically as Brand New did. So I'll just leave that there.
Kate helpfully included in a prep doc a link that simply said list of bands.
What'd you learn from that?
A lot of bands. You guys were going crazy, hanging out so much in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even the 2000s. Just people jamming in a room and giving equal credit to everybody. And then
depends on the band. Only R.E.M. did the equal credit thing. You know who R.E.M. is?
Yeah, one of my first reviews for the New York Times. R.E.M. at the Garden. Yeah, great night. I think Radiohead's a good answer. There are some bands on that list I wish I had written down. Can I look at it really quick? Actually, sorry.
Can you look at some list of bands?
Yeah, give me the click there.
Okay, so John has since pulled up the Encyclopedia Britannica page for bands.
Some of this I take to speak. Brooks and Dunn, not a band.
A duo is not a band?
Chemical Brothers, not a band.
I thought you said Kanye West was a band.
Yes, Kanye West is a band, but Chemical Brothers are not. There were like 2 or 3 on here that I thought could plausibly answer this question.
Let me know when you find them.
Yeah, I do think, not a band that I enjoy, but I think you could probably make a case for the Grateful Dead in this.
If you say so.
I do not enjoy that music.
I don't think recorded music is their thing.
I mean, recorded by you in your pocket as you were walking through the fields. Parliament Funkadelic.
Okay.
That to me stood out as a band who did not have a fixed idea of itself in name or in style.
But like going from, I think Parliament Funkadelic starts at Sgt. Pepper, not at Please Please Me, so it's harder to make that big of a leap.
Starts at, you're saying it doesn't start bad and then gets good.
No, it doesn't start simple is what I mean.
The other band on here that I thought maybe it's my version of your Brand New answer is Sonic Youth. And I think if you go from like the True Noise records to like whatever quasi-tuneful stuff they were doing into the early 90s, that feels like a pretty far stretch. And you can say, here's a band that excelled at both tonal and atonal, tuneful and non-tuneful music, and kind of wasn't scared about the differences between those. That was maybe the one that jumped out the most at me. But I don't know if you would say that like New York City Ghosts and Flowers is their Sgt. But it's like I don't think it tracks like an EKG, but in terms of range and depth, I thought that might be an unusual, provocative answer to this question.
Our next question comes from Michael Damore in Damore.
Oh, if he's Italian, then it's Damore.
Our next question comes from Palm Springs, California.
Also a great town. I'm glad we're being watched and listened to in some of the finest towns in America and around the world.
Michael wants to know, is Adele the laziest superstar ever? Which,
what?
First of all, rude.
What? Actually, what?
And is her overall lack of engagement in part responsible for the extinction of quote-unquote big voice vocalists from the pop charts? I realize there are other factors contributing to this trend, generational, technological, market, etc., but it seems like the days of a Whitney, Celine, Toni, or even Leanne Rimes dominating the charts with a Diane Warren song are never coming back. What say you?
First of all, 2 parts to that. The first part first. I do not presume to know what Adele's relationship to work product is. I do not know what Adele, if she thinks that she is being strategically
absent.
Yeah, it's I don't know if she's making 20 songs a week and hiding them from us. I don't know if she's making 20 songs every 3 years and just putting them all out.
But clearly I'm lazy.
Adele doesn't owe us anything. She's fine.
Nobody owes anybody. No one owes anybody anything except the Taylor Swift and Yeat couple. They owe each other a lifetime of bliss.
I was going to say Frank Ocean owes us something, but that's beside the point.
Like Frank Ocean.
I'm like, come on, let's go. Like another album. Like, let's see. Let's see it.
I'm gonna get you a Homer chain for your birthday.
Adele seemed to be working really hard in Las Vegas. I don't know.
Yeah, like so I don't want to be like, I reject the premise of the question, but it's like I can't know the premise of the question. I can't know whether that's true.
But I think what he's saying is that there's not enough torch singing on the charts.
But there is, because clearly this person is not paying attention to the British chart and also to the people that they are sending over every 3 months, it seems.
Right.
Have you not heard
the
of...
visa program is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Have you not heard of Olivia Dean? Have you not heard of Sienna Spyro? Ray. Yeah, there are umpteen singers of this style. They are just thriving elsewhere. It's not that they're not doing well here. Olivia Dean has a couple of huge hits that have been stuck in the top 20 for months at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that people aren't singing like this, but maybe this is an interesting companion question to the why aren't rappers collaborating with pop stars anymore? You're talking about Celine, you're talking about Whitney, you're talking about Adele, these very singular...
Celine Playboy Cardi record, it just didn't hit like I thought it would, you know?
That would go crazy. Celine up here, Cardi up here. Like, come on, can you imagine? Go so dummy. Anyway, yeah, another free idea. But maybe the set of circumstances that would have led to more big voiced singers getting signed and like maybe it's all together. Maybe it's a companion thing to the prior question about rapper and pop star collaborators. Maybe there's something about record labels determining that that is not a functional hit method. Like also in 2026, like what radio format is that?
Adult contemporary, I
yeah,
guess?
Like what streaming list? You know who it is? I know who it is. It's Teddy Swims. It's Teddy Swims.
It's men.
It's Jelly Roll. It's Teddy Swims. It's Jelly Roll and Brandon Lake. It's big contemporary Christian music. But it is not, post gospel, big belting soul music, unless it's coming from across the pond.
I do think as we see some of these main pop girls continue to be on their 12th and 13th and 14th album, like at some point Ariana Grande will make an album in the mode of Celine or Whitney. Or, and it's like Sabrina Carpenter might get there someday. Like Lizzo might get there someday. I think it will come back around. It's just not what is currently in vogue unless you come from the UK.
I actually don't know if it's going to come back in vogue because I don't know if that is an outmoded talent.
Yeah, I think people always like
pop.
A ballad.
A
ballad.
Billie Eilish, not a huge vocalist, maybe more inventive as a creator of idol plays on Survivor.
A little boomerang action.
It's Billie Eilish.
Hey, it's Billie Eilish.
It's the Billie Eilish boomerang on Idol.
What? I know. Well, thank you, Billie. We'll hang later.
Mary Woodhead from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Another great town.
You been there?
Yeah.
I'd like to go.
The air is crisp.
I've been watching a lot of reality television set there.
Yeah, it's genuinely like you've never had air like that.
I bet. Mary wants to know which version of 1952 Vincent Black Lightning is better. The original Richard Thompson.
Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's a Vincent Black Lightning 1952.
Or the later Del McCoury version.
Said James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand. But I'll tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man.
She writes, I'm Team Richard Thompson, but my sister and her husband are strongly Team McCoury. This has caused a serious family argument. So
the classic Popcast bet to settle.
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you got?
This is from Thompson's 1991 album, Rumor and Sigh. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful ballad about a man and his rare motorcycle.
Yes.
And his redheaded girlfriend who he leaves it to after he acts like a bonehead. I think this is...
Yeah, he ends up on an episode of America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is like...
dies. It has to give up the bike.
Kind of like Rebel Without a Cause vibes in this song, right? Yeah. Bike Riders. Anyone seen Bike Riders? Good film. I recommend it. I got to go with McCoury.
Yeah.
I love the fiddle.
Yep.
I think the higher vocal tone just like takes the narrative to different places. look, Thompson finger picking the hell out of that guitar. Like, you know, I see what he's doing up there. I know he wrote the song. I got to give him points for that.
I'm trying so hard. Trying really hard. Yeah.
But I think if I were going to choose one canonical version, I think it has to be the cover.
Yeah. So I never was able to really get into Richard Thompson. And there's something about the voice that feels like unsteady at the margins in a way that never fully connected for me, like in the older stuff. And also in this, I would classify this as later stuff. To me, this is a very well-written song delivered kind of haggardly.
Isn't that what this genre is for?
Yeah, no, of course. But like, and yet somehow there in the best folk of his era, there is a concision. There are these guardrails. And there's something about his delivery on this song that felt too loose. And to be candid, I had not heard the Del McCoury version. I listened to it and I was like, oh, they stitched this bad boy up. This is tight.
Vroom, vroom.
It was, it's interesting because in the original, I'm listening to the story and I'm like, damn, this story is like unraveling at a bizarre pace and it's going in 3 different directions at once. And he's robbing, he's in a hospital, he's given away, red hair and black leather.
My favorite combination.
My favorite color scheme. Incredible. Like it's a bar. Literally can't believe no one's ripped that off. But the story itself feels like it's kind of like, it's like lava moving in a bunch of different directions. And then you listen to the Del McCoury version and it's just so like zippy. We got places to go and I'm going to get you there fast. I also think that's the better version. I apologize to this questioner who I think now is going to be shamed, the shun from her family.
You listen to your Richard Thompson. Mary, you got this. Our next question is from a longtime listener. This is Ryan Sartor in Glendale, California.
What's up, Ryan?
Thank you, Ryan, for always submitting good questions. Ryan writes, I'm 40 years old, but I work with some younger people who love Charli XCX and hate Taylor Swift. As a music fan, what tools can I use to evaluate whether I'm simply washed or whether I'm washed with better taste in music than the next generation? And this question echoed a lot of the emails and submissions that we got, which were along the lines of, how come so many of today's biggest music acts are so mid compared to the giants of yesterday? Why is pop music of the last 20 years so bad? It's so boring, theatrically vapid.
Real gen pop questions.
Yeah,
Apologies.
Why is what I grew up liking so much better than what my kids are into?
First of all, can I just say something?
Or my coworkers.
To Ryan and to everybody who watches Popcast and listens to Popcast in whatever format. As long as you watch or listen to Popcast, you will never be washed.
It's an affirmation you say to yourself in the mirror.
I don't have to say it because I was never washed. So I don't have to be operating in definitional opposition to being washed because I'm not washed.
This is a timeless thing, right? Like everything that came after me is trash. It's a timeless thing.
But this is a struggle for me. This is a struggle in this profession for me, because I think even I've had 2 or 3 generations of peers at different times who seem to be walking the same road of curiosity and open-earedness and trying to have this kind of like holistic cross-genre, multi-demographic, generationally ambiguous understanding of how music functions, only to kind of like pick a level and be like, this is where I get off.
Yeah.
Anything past this, not for me.
Yeah. This is where I draw the line.
Yeah, and that to me is it's wasteful.
It's a form of surrender.
And it's I'd say it's a form of neglect. You're neglecting tending to your own curiosities. You're neglecting entire universes of styles. So I reject, like, the question about why is there no Whitney or Celine, like that's a valid subset.
Because trends change, sounds change, etc.
And also, it's not that people don't know how to sing. It's just that the particular outlets for the people who do know how to sing are evolving and changing, and sometimes in ways that are far away from the radio.
Yeah.
But as far as the people not liking Taylor and loving Charli,
Well, I actually,
you have an answer?
Yeah, because
Go
I
for
like
it.
how Ryan phrased this, which is like, what tools can I use to evaluate whether I'm right or they're right? And I think one of the tools you can use is stripping away context, because when I see him say, the Charli fans I know hate Taylor, to me, that is not musical as much as it is ideological. It's
we don't know that.
We don't, but I think there's baggage with that, right? These are two pop stars who, to hear the internet tell it,
are at war,
and like you can only be on one side or the other. So I think if you can strip away the extracurricular noise, the marketing in a lot of the cases, and come to your own opinion without the input of the scroll, which is really tough for all of us, for myself included. Like, do I hate this music, or do I hate fans of this music, or do I hate the way this music is being celebrated? Like that's an eternal battle, I think, for people who take music and culture seriously. Yeah. And so I think there's something about letting something sit and then returning to it later, and coming to it with a clear mind, which myself, as somebody, a brat skeptic, spoken about it on this show, I've come back to that album many times, sort of in quieter moments, to try to see if it will click for me.
Oh, I thought you were saying, and secretly loved it.
I'm not ready to go there yet, but stay tuned. No, still not for me. It's fine. But I think that there is this idea, Chuck Klosterman, longtime music critic, was talking about
Chuck.
this recently on the Bill Simmons podcast. And they were talking about, my kids are listening to George Harrison or the Smashing Pumpkins and Nirvana for the first time. And they're like, obviously the Pumpkins are better than Nirvana, right? And it's like, you're really wrong, but it's cool that you came to that conclusion because you came there on your own.
Okay, but I have a slightly different perspective on this, which is, it's one thing, and this is where age matters and life experience matters. It's one thing to love the work of Charli XCX if the work of Charli XCX is formative for you, if it's something you encountered early in your development and understanding of what pop music
or an important moment.
No, I mean early.
Only formative.
You
can only like Charli if she's formative.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there is a difference between appreciating what Charli does on an aesthetic level if it's an early taste level setter, and appreciating Charli if it comes after 5, 10, 15, 20 years of pop consumption. And I think what Ryan's maybe getting at in this question is Charli your entry point? What if your entry point is early Gaga? What if it's Madonna? How you feel about Charli when you grow up informed by that other stuff, to me, I don't want to say it's a more valid position because people can only have the experiences that they have. But I think Ryan's question about, am I washed? Are they wrong? Am I wrong? How can I sort of develop a set of tools? My tool is listen more. And I think the tool is not just incumbent upon you to say, I want to hear what these people are hearing in someone like Charli, but also the people for whom Charli is an entry point, to then go backwards and say, well, where did this come from? And then see if you feel the same.
Josh Dell in Paris, France.
Actual?
Wants to know.
Great towns. Savannah, Georgia, Salt Lake City, Paris, France.
Palm Springs.
Geese
made it to Paris, apparently. Are Geese the Joe Biden of rock? That is making everyone believe. This is actually, I think this is pretty smart and funny. Making everyone believe that we're going back to a time where guitar-based bands have a global appeal, when in fact that will never be the case again. Or are they a harbinger of a new revitalized era for the genre?
You got to go first on this.
Like, are they a breath of fresh air and a sign of things to come? Or are they like a last gasp and actually quite backward looking? So, say what you will about Joe Biden.
We protect geese.
I think that's what Josh means by saying
times.
Are Geese the Joe Biden of rock? I think Geese are a change candidate. I kind of think Geese are not the Joe Biden of rock. I kind of think it's not fumes. I think that when you look at something like
Geese has the 8-year run of Geese is what you're saying is better than the Beatles?
I did not say that. I think when you look at something like the popularity of the Strokes on TikTok, I think if you look at something like how influential the 1975 have been as a band, where every young band, quote unquote, will say it's Maddie Healy for me. You know,
Shout out Maddie, come on the pod.
Yeah, like I just think that there will always be a desire from young people for some guys who smoke cigarettes and look kind of cool.
Okay, so that is the uncynical version of my take.
Or girls. Preferably women. We're keeping all that. I prefer rock bands with girls in them. I just do.
So here is my, like you said the thing that I was thinking, but I was thinking it through a more cynical lens, which is shocking, which is bros need a band.
Right.
They just need a
Bros are
band.
always gonna need a band.
They just need a band.
You want to crack a PBR?
Sorry, bros need a band. I'm sorry. I know this is like, it's uncaring. It's not that it's unpopular to say. It's uncaring to say. It's not directly connected to the quality of Geese's music, which on some days is like quite high. But bros need a band. And we happen to be in a real drought in the moment that Geese like was ascendant. Bros need a band. Geese were there. Intersection of two things.
A lot of old bands. People love old bands.
I never heard any of those. Bros need a band. Can I just briefly tell my anxious story about Big Geese? Silence.
Cut it, but yes.
Being silenced by Big Geese.
There you go.
All right. So I was trying out a personal TikTok account because I wanted to try out some formats without burdening the official accounts. Like and subscribe, please, Instagram and TikTok. So I had a personal account, and the first video on the personal account was my attempt at a concert review of the Geese show at Brooklyn Paramount, which we saw a lot of Popcast listeners at. You didn't talk to any of them, just for the record. I talked to all of them. Shouts to y'all.
You know who I talked to?
I know who you talked to. And so I did. I downloaded CapCut. I like texted Pat. Like, how do I use CapCut? Like, we really was going for it, right? And I made a video, filmed it in the car, not driving. And there was one small section of filmed concert footage. And
that you took.
That I took, yes. And that video was up, and like for an account that had no other videos on it, it was like doing reasonably well, 10,000, 20,000, whatever views. And mysteriously, 3 or 4 weeks after it was posted and people were getting irritated and I was getting unked heavy in the comments, mysteriously it got a copyright strike issued against it or something along those lines.
What are you implying, John?
I think Big Geese is trying to silence me. Now, I want to say I have reached out to representation who have assured me that this is a glitch. I've reached out to TikTok, who's also assured me that it's a glitch. I just simply want to say, I see what's happening here. That's all.
Third-party marketing arm?
Wow. Black Ops.
This is the thing.
Wow. But you know what they can't do? They can't shut down this YouTube. We're going to put some of this video right here, right now.
Playing with fire.
Yeah. Y'all going to watch it.
The crowd was very damp, very moist, a lot of male sweat.
All right, John, we got so many good questions, and I really want to get to a bunch more of them. So
yeah, let's go.
Let's turn this into a lightning round and just hit these a little bit more quickly than our very thoughtful responses for the past 4
bars only
minutes.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah, bars only.
Okay, go for it.
Eloise Custodio in Manila, Philippines wants to know, what are your thoughts on Harry Styles' album, and adds, be honest, ...
First of all, do you think I'm not going to be honest?
Right. Good point.
Okay. Here is a thought about Harry Styles. Harry Styles is immensely famous and has access to tremendous resources, which open up the window for tremendous amount of possibility, of which he avails himself of almost none. We take Harry's music as seriously as Harry does.
I was going to say, I was taught, if you don't have anything nice to say, you move on to the next question. Aaron Pratt in Hendersonville, North Carolina asks a really good, meaty question. I teach college students music theory. Last semester, several of my students told me about their intense love for the British band Sleep Token.
Yeah.
Maybe they read year-end lists in the New York Times or listen
Vessel,
to podcasts.
come on the pod. Vessel.
I'm skipping over some stuff.
Stop. I'm talking to you right now. I know you're watching. You're like, I don't do interviews. Come, put the whole thing on. Sit.
We'll wear the chainmail.
Yeah, we'll a full costume episode. Offer stands.
Shout out to Vessel. Classical references abound. The most recent album, even in Arcadia. I haven't delved into the back catalog, but I must admit the shallow polystylism of the Arcadia album does not give me much hope that their albums will impress me.
The number one song of 2025
is the apparently massive popularity of a group a product of young men craving lore as a substitute for more traditional but increasingly inaccessible ways to create a meaningful life, or am I just getting too old to understand the youth today? Aaron,
we love you.
Seem like a great professor.
Yeah, we love you.
Of music theory.
Incredible.
I think this is a spot on read that men need lore too.
Yeah.
Video games are not simply enough, and in fact are maybe even damaging. I don't know. I don't play them. But
you said
maybe I'm getting old, but
you said men need romantasy too.
Men need romantasy too. Men need lore. Men need friends and backstory and message boards and all that.
Agree.
This goes with Jose Hinarte's question from Brooklyn, New York, in which he asks, is it socially permissible for a well-adjusted elder millennial to openly enjoy 2000s new metal without a shred of irony, break stuff in this economy, he asks? John?
First of all, if you are operating in a framework of social permission, you've already lost.
Listen to whatever the hell you want, Jose.
Especially if it's break stuff.
I agree. Let's play break stuff.
Yeah, let's play break stuff. Great record.
Michael Saigan, another longtime Popcast head. Thank you, Michael.
Yep.
Chicago, Illinois. He asks, yes or no, has Skrillex's evolution from pop punk to bro step to tasteful EDM while maintaining his artistic voice and prolific output, is that one of the most beautiful and iconic trajectories of that scene?
I think we just answered our Beatles question.
Skrillex. From first to last. That was his Screamo band, who I saw at Warped Tour, probably like 2004-ish.
Here it goes! Those are these verses with the purpose, but don't just give it away.
Really, that long ago? Yeah.
I think Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites came out in 2010. Still one of the great songs, EPs of the 21st century.
An incredible pop album that's not pop.
He has essentially no public profile. Come on Popcast. Has a cool label. Put out that Andy Warhol project last year.
Yeah.
2 albums a couple years before that.
Also, he's in an interesting place.
What a guy.
He's also in an interesting place where on the one hand, he's making music that's like maybe the harshest of his whole career. But then on the other hand, he's making different music that's almost like Fred again adjacent. He's like, there's the Fred againification of Skrillex, but then there's also the I'm shredding it all version of Skrillex. And he's doing it both at the same time. And neither of those two sides are like hindered by the other. It's actually really impressive when you listen to the last like 6 or 7 releases.
It is such a cool career arc.
Yeah. Damn. I can't believe the answer to that question is Skrillex.
Yeah. Right. And definitely to what Mike said, super beautiful, especially from the emo pop punk hardcore, post-hardcore scene. I had the pleasure of seeing Skrillex DJ not that long ago with Dylan Brady of 100 Gex at the closing of Dylan Brady's old studio in Los Angeles. They just had like a little party, and then they just went back to back, and it was like among the most beautiful little fan base.
You described it as very wholesome.
It was extremely wholesome.
Yeah.
And the music was awesome. The windows were shaking. Local families were like taking pictures.
I saw there was like drone footage from outside. Yeah.
Sick drone footage. And yeah, this Skrillex record with Young Miko, Duro, it's really good.
Great.
Let's play a little
Yeah,
of
for sure.
Okay, this is a bizarre one, but I felt like I had to use my reporter skills to get to the bottom of it because you did
a journalism
unique. Yeah, I did some journalism for this mailbag. So don't ever say Popcast never did anything for you. Peggy in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, who asks, 2 separate friends of mine are completely convinced that Hayley Williams sings backup vocals on Taylor Swift's Bad Blood, particularly from, and thank you for the timestamps, 251 to 254 in the song.
Should we listen to that real quick?
Let's play it. Okay, Peggy writes, their reasoning is that it sounds like her, and she mouths that part of the song in the music video. I think Hayley being present in the studio and sending vocals remotely is impractical, and the video is a coincidence. What do you think? So it doesn't matter what I think because I went straight to the source. I asked Hayley's manager, Leah Hodgkiss, thanks to Leah for humoring us, and she wrote, ha 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 ha. Part of me wants to leave the mystique, but we can confirm she is not singing background vocals.
This is good. We should do this every mailbag episode.
Yeah, ask us something weird.
A tiny mystery that we can solve.
We'll use our contacts to try to get to the bottom of it for you.
Yeah.
Tell your friends you were right and they are a little bit crazy. Elliot Weil, apologies, from Omaha, Nebraska, asks a sad question. Is Sam Hunt in the Khia Asylum?
No. Rude. No. Next question. Sam Hunt is a load-bearing artist for Popcast. Like, no, I don't. No.
What's the country
Take it back.
equivalent of
Take
the
it back.
Khia Asylum?
Take it back.
Come up with it right now.
Say what's a country equivalent of the Khia Asylum?
I just want to say the Khia Asylum, offensive as a concept.
Obviously. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Leave her alone. Just
great song.
Just leave everyone alone.
They were playing My Neck, My Back before the Cardi show at Barclays. Everybody loved it.
You know who should cover My Neck, My Back? Sam Hunt.
Can I just say, I really got to go full circle. If you know how to use AI,
Sam Hunt.
If you can create Sam Hunt covering My Neck, My Back, we will play it on a future episode of Popcast.
John will deliver you a sticker.
I will literally fly to your home.
But he's also going to bring police protection.
I, for one, would like to hear that. People worry about AI, and yet no one is doing Sam Hunt covers of My Neck, My Back. You're worried about the wrong things, is what I got to say.
Amanda Herrera in Tolleson, Arizona wants to know our thoughts on Karol G. She says you've given a lot of space to Bad Bunny on the podcast, but Karol G is arguably one of the biggest Latin crossover stars without releasing an album in English. Completely correct. Karol G, come on the show.
Yeah.
We should talk about you more. And we
Super
will.
Good. Karol G is someone who I somehow still find myself even more surprised every time I listen to Karol G records, where I'm like, damn, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's good and consistent.
Yes.
Interesting and consistent, which is hard to pull off.
Good flag, Amanda. Thank you. Daniel Williamson in Columbus, Ohio asks, should the Replacements be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
First of all,
you were voted for that?
I'm not allowed.
Oh, right.
First of all, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should be abolished. I think just on principle, the people who run that, the people who are organizing that, I'm not terribly interested in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But yes.
Sure. Yes. Fine. If that's a thing that's valid to you, sure. Yes. Shout out Columbus, Ohio. Shout out Hanif. Shout out Heat Archive.
Sarah Bush in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania asks, oh man, I just love this stuff. These people just know us. I love this. Sarah Bush in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania asks, is U2 overrated, underrated, or properly rated in 2026?
Damn. This may surprise you. I think they are underrated in 2026.
And I think the answer is what everyone knows it to be, which is shouldn't have put that damn album on the iPod.
Yeah, really derailed. Just like it was like 10 years of bad luck doing that.
I just think it's all millennials and Gen Z know about them.
Yeah.
And like maybe Kendrick collaboration.
I have dragged U2 and also I would say U2 fans and stand-em many times on this show.
But amazing albums.
Yeah, the first 4 or 5 albums, great. There was also an incredible question I want to say on an earlier mailbag about like Catholic music and U2, like in the intersection between two. Anyway, that was go find that, Google that. Great question. Yeah. I would say U2 is basically unrated in 2026, which makes them underrated.
And they put out music.
And enough time has passed that I think we can safely and comfortably say early U2 was excellent, and we do recommend it.
But they'll be fine. The reputation will come back.
Sure.
Jon, our last batch of questions are about Popcast.
Wow.
So this is the meta round.
Yeah, okay.
And so I think we should touch on a couple of these as we go out, but it would be weird to do so without eating a snack.
Yes. And also, I guess since we're doing meta questions, without eating a snack sent by a fan.
Right.
Shout out to Sakura, who sent a note, said that she's in Japan right now and is seeing a bunch of snacks and sent a whole box. And I felt like that was my personal Christmas when it arrived on my desk. So Sakura dropped the whole pack on us. And what do? We offloaded the choice.
Yep. Luke
here picked actually what I would have picked, which is this dinosaur rack pack. This reminds me of buying Topps baseball cards in like 1987, where you have like one of those dangling rack packs. So this dinosaur, it looks like it's kind of a cracker.
Sure. But when we did a little more research, we realized it's essentially maybe flavorless, though.
Or it's very,
we'll see.
It's straight.
Yes.
So then we said we have another option, and
so we added
one
more
more
to the mix and
to balance it out.
Appears to be a peach gummy that is very much up my alley. So I want to go savory into sweet.
I think that's correct.
And I want to get to our first meta question. We got a handful of questions about this.
We appreciate the dedication of asking questions about us.
And the gist is, did you ruin Jack Harlow's career?
Did I?
Did you, as a pair, Popcast as a show, ruin Jack Harlow's career?
Frankly, I don't know what bouncing back from here for Jack even looks like at this point.
Would any of the vitriol have been there had it not been for those terrible quotes in the New York Times interview?
He is not going to be able to ever live this down.
Here to explain himself is Jack Harlow.
No.
We didn't do anything.
There's a hiccup, I would say, in the Jack Harlow rollout that is attributable to 5 days of vicious memeing that followed what happened, the release of the conversation that happened in this room.
You arguably went deeper into
black
music. No, I don't think that Jack Harlow's career is over. I think that there are probably an entire set of people who did not encounter this at all.
Sure.
And I think for folks who think that he crossed the line language-wise and used, these are
kind of beautiful.
Yeah, they're much, damn.
Very light little.
Am I even allowed to eat these?
Flaky little creatures.
Oh, it's like a sunburst.
You know who would love these? Jack Harlow would love these.
Damn. Man, I'm like weirdly moved by these.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're actually beautiful food.
I'm speechless.
I'm gonna bring one. Can I bring a pack to my daughter?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm genuinely
She's gonna crunch the hell out of these on the way home from daycare today.
Oh, okay.
They're like goldfish for people who drink champagne.
I was going to say that they are hyper baked potato chips with added texture.
Yes. And kind of a strong but subtle flavor aftertaste.
Yeah.
Like it's not truffle, but it might as well be truffle.
Yeah.
These are fancy as hell. For
I really wasn't
Japanese junk food.
I really wasn't prepared.
I know.
Look at this. Look at my guy. Look at my guy.
Oh my God.
Look. I can't believe that this snack is so emotionally present that it derailed me from talking about Jack Harlow.
Yeah. And I can't believe this fragile snack survived international travel.
I'm moved.
Yeah.
I'm genuine. I'm like not even.
No, they're little jewels.
I'm
little
literally
jewels
not
of
even
potato chip.
Not even BSing. That's unreal.
It's a feat of human innovation.
We can achieve anything
Together.
Speaking of Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be fine. Whether he should or should not be fine is maybe a different question that we can address in another context. But I don't think that Jack Harlow's career is over. No. Do you?
I don't. I think maybe the intimacy and the comfort of the conversation that we were having with him, which I think was great for the interview overall, might have led him and us to be a little bit glib in certain moments. I know what he was getting at. I know what we were getting at. And he'll have to have the conversations with his fans and with his friends and collaborators that, you know, that whatever that backlash requires. But I agree that I think he'll be fine. I think it's a solid and ultimately respectful album. And respectable album. It was overshadowed by memes, and that happens, but usually people come out of that because the public imagination is distracted, let's say.
Here's my last thing about this particular furor happening on this album. He came on this show and said something that I actually thought was differently provocative, which is I want to make music that can be consumed passively. I want it to play in a coffee shop. Sade is passive music. I happen to think Sade is not passive music at all. And I was struck by that as a framework for a guy, especially who's had 3 or 4 huge mainstream hits. To me, this is a retreat album in the step away from the memes and the discourse and the backlash. This is a retreat album. This is an album born of unsteadiness and choosing to deeply but narrowly explore a specific pocket style that is not going to attract a lot of attention. There were a couple songs on here that you said maybe could end up as pop hits, and maybe in 2 or 3 months they will. Like, it's tough to say. But the overall palette of this album seems designed for retreat. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit rich to have your most memed moment come when you're trying to sort of avoid the spotlight the most assiduously.
Maybe something to rap about. Okay, so as we break into this gummy snack,
which we chose again as a counterpoint to the savory,
although we weren't expecting what we got out of that savory,
I feel blissed out right now.
But we got a lot of questions about this episode as well, and this was our Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime live rapid response. And
you try going live on YouTube 8 minutes after the show.
That for sure. But this question was, how did you engage with some of the fan critiques of your instant reaction after Bad Bunny's halftime performance?
I think that you like Lady Gaga's part. Like, I support that for you. I don't, it still didn't make total sense to me, and we're probably just going to get a whole bunch more emails now. I will say, Die With a Smile, I was in the supermarket not that long ago, and they were playing Light FM. And by Light FM, I mean like 80s Light FM. I mean like Endless Love ass Light FM. And then they slipped in Die With a Smile. And I almost wasn't mad.
If the world was ending, I'd wanna be next to you.
Here's what I will say about the Bad Bunny halftime show and people's responses to it, which I took people's passion about loving it very seriously. And I'm really sincerely, earnestly glad that it was so moving and exciting to people, because that's how I want it to feel. I know we're going to talk about this snack, but I want to finish this thought.
We're moving to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
This is unreal.
Yeah, no backlash in Japan.
This should be illegal.
But I think this idea that if we didn't enjoy it as much as we should have or could have, that means we didn't get it. Like, that to me is a tough, critical stance, which is just like to say, it's our job to react, in this case, quite instantly to something that had a lot of layers, a lot going on, but it was also a live television performance.
Yeah.
I think if it takes 6 online explainers and 3 watches to grasp and fully appreciate everything that Bad Bunny brought to what was undoubtedly an extremely intricate and well-planned set at the Super Bowl, then maybe it wasn't super effective at the thing that it was setting out to do, which is to be the halftime show of a live televised event. And look, all I could say for me is that I went into it with high expectations.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit dizzied by it and not as exhilarated as I wished I was. I stand by that stance. But I do think we get what he was doing.
Yeah. The other thing that I'll add.
That doesn't mean we loved it.
That was an interesting night because the halftime show happens. We like immediately jump in the chairs. We tape for a half hour. I then had to go and write an overnight review.
Yeah,
and I
banging.
I watched the whole show 2 more times.
Right. To my point.
Yeah. Before I really got into the writing. And obviously you're going to see things. There's a lot happening on screen at any given time. You're going to catch things a second and third time that maybe you don't see the first time. You're in a more relaxed mode. You have your feelers a little bit more broad, maybe. But, I think that there's sometimes a misapprehension on what the nature of criticism is. And the nature of criticism is, where does a work of art intersect with one's personal understanding, historical knowledge, perspective, so on and so forth. Every single person who watched that show should have felt differently about it. It doesn't mean that everybody had to love it or everybody had to dislike it or there had to be some distribution on that arc that's specific. Everyone should have felt differently because it should have affected every single person in a different way, premised upon where they're coming from. And so I firmly expect people to disagree with me. I expect it. I welcome it. To me, that's a feature, not a bug.
Criticism, as they say, is an act of love.
Some have said.
As we go out,
first of all, before we go out,
these are 2 10 out of 10 snacks. These are like an unbelievable pairing.
Is it weird to say that I feel seen?
Yeah.
I feel known
by the food scientists or
by our friend who sent it to us, by the food scientists, by, dare I say, an entire nation.
Amazing snacks. The textures are bonkers.
We haven't even described. So this is a peach flavored bow tie shaped gummy that is encrusted in
like
big sugar,
sour sugar, crunchy.
It's not overly chewy.
No.
It's a smooth chew.
Yes.
But it is a chew.
Yeah.
It doesn't like get stuck in your teeth.
It's really good.
It's thoughtful.
Yeah.
It's
gourmet.
It's literally beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you can get this on any street corner in Japan. What's happening to our country? This is
John, what's happening to our show? That's the last question. We're gonna go out. Caleb.
If we can make one episode of this show that's as beautiful as this snack, we will have. I don't need a Pulitzer. I just need the whatever this is of video podcasting.
Caleb from Brooklyn. We know you, we see you, we appreciate you. Thank you for the work you put in the digital trenches. He wants to know, catch us up on the new format. Will there be non-celebrity guests returning? Is there a schedule for release dates? He says, y'all used to turn me on to new artists. I missed that.
Watch Song of the Week. Come on, Caleb.
That too.
Don't tell me you're not watching Song of the Week.
That too. Popcast has been experimenting. We've been changing.
I'm going to take these. No one else.
You're not sharing those. You're taking them home. We will continue to change and experiment in 2026.
Yes.
There will be Jon and Joe episodes. There will be Jon and guest episodes. There will be Jon and famous guest episodes.
Yes.
And you. There will be us and famous guest episodes. We will have some experts in the mix. Popcast is a living, breathing, changing thing. It always has been, and it always will be. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think that what you are seeing now is not the end of a thing.
Or hearing.
That too. It's not the end of a thing. I feel like this question is framing it maybe potentially as the end of a thing. It's actually the beginning of something quite interesting and exciting. Strap in.
Stick with us.
That's our show. I'm sorry, no one else is getting the snack. It's all mine. What I will say is if we answered your question, also you should email and stickers for everybody.
But also subscribe, youtube.com/popcast, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Again, just do it twice on YouTube.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Don't unsubscribe, but just make sure you really subscribed.
Credits and link in bio. We will be back next week.
Every episode of Popcast is at nytimes.com/Popcast.
Now you're sharing. Yeah, now they're gonna go around the horn.
Okay, well, no peach gummy for you then.